Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the American Sports Connection. I'm your host, the one and only Joey Railroads. I'm here with my good buddy Ryan. MS Ryan, how are you?
Good, smoking some weed.
Yeah, I hear you dying over there.
Yeah, no, just chilling. Everything's good. Good-ish. Can't really complain. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy that it's finally cooler. It was actually chilly this morning.
Yeah, but bro, I'm sitting here and like it was okay this morning. Like it got a little bit chilly last night, but I'm fucking humid, bro. I'm sitting here in the same hoodie I was comfortable in before, and I'm drenched.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so I just don't want to take off my fucking hoodie because I have to take off my headset, and so I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna suffer for the podcast. So.
That's funny because I actually woke up this morning and had to throw like an undershirt on and I was like fuck because it was like chilly in the house.
Yeah, it's been good for me here. I love this. It was cold last night.
Yeah, it went down into the 50s.
It's fucking perfect for me, bro.
Yo, you and me both, dude.
I'm a fucking fat guy stuck in a skinny guy's body. I felt good last night. Like, plus I sleep better with one of my blankets. Like, I have a heavier comforter. I sleep so much better with that on than the lighter one.
You and me both. I can't sleep without like at least some form of a blanket.
Yeah, and it's like we have a lighter one, and I don't like it. You know, I don't feel like it's on me. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It feels more like having a sheet on me, and I fucking hate just having a sheet on me.
Yep.
But yeah, I slept like a king. Woke up, it was like 6:30, which is late for me.
Oh, dude, I've been getting up because little man's back in school, so it's the alarm goes off at 6, and we're out of the house by 5 after 7.
Oh, there you go.
So it's not bad necessarily getting up. It's the fact of getting up, getting dressed, and moving.
Yeah, usually once I'm up, I'm out. Like the second I'm up, I'm getting dressed to go out. I can't just wallow around the house at all because it'll be miserable. Usually I do what I got to do, and then I try to come back and either play video games, come back, take a nap.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing because by the time I go to the bus and drop him off and come back, it's like 8 o'clock. So I'm like, well, shit, I could just, because usually nothing's open then. Everything opens at 9. So I was like, well, shit, I'll just take a nap and do whatever.
Yeah, I don't end up taking long naps anyway.
I feel you. All right, before we get rolling, don't forget to check out.
Hold on 1 second. It's a weird number.
All right.
Hello. I got hung up on.
They don't like you.
Yeah, oh well.
Before we start our show, as I was saying, don't forget to check out our social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at ASC Pods. All right, where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the Anthem stuff?
Yeah, go ahead.
Apparently, Anthem Media has purchased Access. Is it just their television?
I think it's Axs TV and... hold on 1 second. I'm so sorry. Hello.
Ryan's popular today.
Okay. Fucking second time. I'm calling the wrong number. What the fuck?
I have an old lady that does that here. She calls my house like 5 times in a row every so often, and she'll leave like a message thinking I guess it's her job or something, and I've called the lady back 100 times and be like, I think you're dialing it wrong. This is a house, not a job.
Oh, man.
I feel bad like yelling because it's just like she sounds like some little old lady.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't. I'd be like, man, I think you have the wrong number. I'm so sorry. This is not your office.
Yeah.
And find out what number she has written down, find out what number she's trying to dial.
Yeah. Anyway, apparently, Anthem is buying have bought Access It's just a TV I was mentioning, right?
I believe so. I think it was just Access. I don't think there's any other stuff that came along with it. I'm gonna look that up while we talk.
Yeah, I wanted to be sure. I didn't think there was, but so it sounds like now then Impact is going to air on Axs TV, and New Japan and Women's of Wrestling, their futures are currently unknown.
Well, they put a majority stake, is what I'm seeing here. But it basically, they purchased, when you purchase the majority, you purchase the ability to make decisions. Which owns Impact, and Anthem also owns the Pursuit Station. I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I mean, it's not available in a lot of homes, but it's a lot more than Pursuit.
I don't even think I have it.
What, Axis?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, and I also heard some rumors that there was some negotiation for them to now purchase Ring of Honor as well.
Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked because I don't think Ring of Honor is doing good business right now.
Oh, bro, I've seen, I was at one of the shows in Portland, where the whole Bully Ray incident happened.
Yeah.
And it was nobody there. It was a fairly empty show, and it's just gotten worse and worse and worse. It's definitely not like the days that I used to go. During the days like Steen and Generico, or even before that, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe, or Homicide as world champion, Morishita. It's not like that anymore. It's fucking Matt Taven.
Yeah, the reason why I say I wouldn't be shocked is I wouldn't be surprised if Sinclair Media just wanted to get rid of them.
Yeah, because, they're not doing well. Who I give a lot of credit to for being very fucking loyal? Jay Lethal.
Oh, he's been there forever.
Yeah, now granted, he did have his little run in TNA when TNA was good, but I would be shocked if WWE hadn't expressed interest in him at some point, because he's fucking fantastic. But yeah, he stuck with them, so I mean, I don't know how much longer that's gonna be, but it's interesting, man. Guys like Jay Lethal deserve to have a future in wrestling.
Definitely, and they don't really have any. What's the word I want to use? Like star power.
Yeah. Wait, who?
Ring of Honor?
Yeah. Bully Ray's the only one. They're trying to use Marty Scurll. PCO. But these aren't they're names to wrestling fans, but yeah, to get somebody else in, yeah, they have no big names. All the big names left them. They have a fairly impressive roster. No, sorry, I keep thinking we're talking about Impact. Yeah, no, Ring of Honor sucks.
And I just saw, and because I was going to bring this up as something to talk about, but since we're talking about them possibly getting bought out, they actually just signed Session Martina.
I heard that name before. Oh, that's that fat chick from England, right?
She kind of reminds me of ODB.
Yeah. Oh, speaking about ODB, some sad news. I don't know if you know this. She was at All Out. I popped fucking huge for that. I hope you did as well, because I love ODB.
Yeah, she's cool.
But when she was there, she brought her food truck, which is one of her new things. Is she's a food truck owner. Within a couple of days, I guess she had gone back home. There's electrical fire, and it burned down overnight.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh shit, I didn't know she had a food truck, and it was like 2 hours later. Because I found out, I didn't find out about the fire to find out about the food truck. I had seen, Fat Ass Massa?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about, the fucking Japanese guy that's always on Being the Elite?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm friends with him on Facebook randomly. So he posted pictures of him with ODB earlier, the day that I found out about the fire. So I was like, oh, that's cool. She got her own little business. Like, it's ODB or OD Bam or something like that. It was like a pun, like a play on words. It's like, that's really cool. And I come across it wasn't even a full article. It happened to be like when you go to a news thing and you see like another article on the bottom, you just see the headline, the ODB's food truck burns down. I was like, what? So.
Yeah, that sucks. 'Cause last I heard she was still bartending.
Yeah, apparently she's also bringing food to people too. I mean, which is, if you got the money to do that, I can't imagine she made a ton of money in TNA. But man, I hope she had insurance on that thing.
I would think she would, because I don't think you would be able to have like a business out of it without some kind of insurance.
Well, there's liability insurance, which means if it burns down and I fucking burn your house down, that's liability. There may not be coverage for if it just burns down. That may be more liability in case it damages other things.
I got you.
No, I don't know, because I just know that there's a difference between liability and protection. I don't know how it. I mean, I would assume if you're a business owner and that's your business, you'd have some kind of protection, but it still sucks, and I'm sure she doesn't get back every penny that she put in.
No, that's why I hope maybe AEW will start using her like somewhat regularly.
Yeah, if she could still go, I could definitely see her in more like you want to put her, Aja Kong, Awesome Kong. If you want to bring Jazz back for a couple one-offs, although Jazz was not impressive. I know they had another, you could bring Big Swole back. I didn't realize she was Ariel Monroe in the Mae Young Classic.
Me neither.
And that's Cedric's wife.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either, because I was like, who's this Big Swole? When I Googled her, I was like, oh my god, I remember her from the Mae Young.
Yeah, because everyone I know calls her Big Swole, and I didn't put two and two together.
Yeah, I didn't know either. So I seen her for the first time as Big Swole in the Battle Royal. So I was like, let me Google this, because that's what these shows are great for, and that's what everybody who's been I've introduced to Ring of Honor. I mean, not Ring of Honor, to AEW has said. I don't know any of these people, but I don't care. It's so weird that I don't know any of these people, but I'm still so invested in this.
Dude,
that's how good this is.
Yeah. The other one I hope they bring back, and I'm pretty sure she signed, don't quote me, is Mercedes Martinez.
Bro, I don't think there's any woman more deserving in wrestling for a contract, a title run, being put center stage than Mercedes Martinez. I think she's the epitome of what a wrestler should be. I believe she knows, I believe she could just be a trainer, not a woman's trainer. I think she could be a trainer. She's so good.
Oh yeah, I've seen her have mixed tag matches with Homicide as her partner. They would kill it.
Yeah, I would put her ability to perform against any other wrestler in the world. Not to say the best wrestler in the world. I was just not in the league of Kenny Omega, but she could hold her own against a good chunk of people in the world, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, I would absolutely love, for her sake, for her to have a contract, and for her to get a name on television, and be paid.
Yeah. Because I really wanted her to get in the finals of the first Mae Young.
Yeah, she was in both of them, correct?
Yes, and the first one she was in like the final four, I believe.
Yeah, I want to say maybe Dakota Kai beat her.
What's that?
I want to say maybe it was Dakota Kai who beat her in one of them, because I think she was beat by like an upstart for the first one, and the second one she went a little bit further.
Yeah,
Because
go ahead.
yeah, no, go ahead, because I forget what happened, but I thought she did better in the second one, but I could be wrong.
Bear with
me. But yeah, no, she absolutely should have a contract. I wonder what Impact gave Tennille Dashwood for her to sign there, and that's not to knock on Impact, but I'm sure at some point somebody from AEW attempted to talk to her.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she's a great wrestler, but I think she has a name. I think she's a good wrestler. I think she's a good character.
All right. Mercedes made it to the quarterfinals in the first one, and she was eliminated by Shayna Baszler.
Oh, there we go.
And the second one, she made it to the second round and lost to Miko Satomura.
Oh, so I was fucking completely off. But yeah, either way, I mean, she's been around forever, and
she's older than you and me.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. She needs this for the end of her career. Then, because she has to be close to the end of her career. Then, if she's older than us,
she's 38.
No, okay. Depending on how she works, she may have maybe another 10 years.
She's a great heel.
Yeah, I think she's the complete character, and I think she's just inherently babyface enough that if they wanted to run her as a babyface, I think that people would just be happy to see her, and she'd get the cheer, or her work rate would get her the cheer, and then turn her fucking heel.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and it's like heel turns go so much better in the fucking indie world because like the fans are willing to like boo people that they like. You know what I mean? Like they'll boo like ironically, but they'll still boo. Like boo, you're really good at your job. Boo.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Like we're going along with it because we like you.
Yeah, and like if we didn't like you, you'd just be sitting here with like thumbs down, not saying anything. Be that guy.
Or as I like to call it, go away heat.
Yeah, like I just don't care. Like I wish I could go away. Alright, random topic. There's a good chance fucking Chad Gable becomes King of the Ring.
Yes.
I'm hoping that that's where this is leading. That's why Baron Corbin's gotten this far to get fans really sunken into the fact that we don't want Baron Corbin to win, so that when Chad Gable does, it's a bigger, for people like me and you, it's like, oh my god, it's such a fucking relief that it's not Baron Corbin.
Yeah, where when they actually have Gable win, they'll blow the roof off.
Yeah, because it's just not Corbin. At that point, it won't matter because people already think that, oh, same fucking booking. Now, if it goes through and it is Corbin, thank God AEW is coming up because I think people will be very upset if it's Corbin.
Oh yeah.
So
I thought of you on SmackDown when Shane called him Shorty.
Why? Because of the Shorty G thing?
Yeah.
I don't watch him become King Shorty G.
That would be awful.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad. Doesn't mean I don't kind of want to see it.
It's like the car crash that you can't turn your head away from.
So long as he's not trying to be... So long as it's not like Shorty G, like gangster. It's just like Shorty G, like he's just short cable. Like, so long as he doesn't try to be hood and it doesn't become like a mockery of... being hood or being like, ghetto, or because that I don't want to see. If you can find some other way to do Shorty G, I'm completely cool with that. I don't want it to be a fucking stereotype.
I
I
was
don't want it
just
to be.
gonna, yeah, not to cut you off. I was just gonna say, I don't want him to turn into an. I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember the character Sacha Baron Cohen used to do, Ali G?
Yeah, Booyakasha.
I don't want him to turn into that.
Well, yeah, or do you remember Biscuits and Gravy Jesse when he turned into fucking Slam Master Jay and he was with Crime Time?
Yes.
He used to dress in the fucking I call him guinea tees. That's such a racist fucking statement against Italians. But fucking like wife beat no, that's tank tops. Wife beater, fucking guinea tees. Tank tops. He was in tank tops and he was just all hood with fucking Timberlands on. That's awful. I don't want that for Chad Gable.
Yeah, I completely understand. But dude, did you see? Because I really want to go on one of these, but it's a financial commitment that I can't make right now. The Jera Cruise sold out again.
Yeah, man. I was hoping my fucking lawsuit would be settled so I could go.
I had a buddy of mine go last year and he loved it.
Yeah, I could definitely see myself going. It's a lot of money for just like 3 days, though.
I know. And how much is it?
Oh, the cabins are expensive. And the thing is like, the way cruise ships work, and this is not an exception, is when you book a room, like the rooms are double occupancy. So that's per person in the room. So if you want like a big stateroom to yourself, you're paying twice the price that's shown. So you may be paying $3,000 for 3 or 4 days. I think it's 3 days, 4 nights. They have the individual, much smaller cabins, but I'm going by what I believe were last year's prices because I was blown away at the cost of them because regular cruises for more days were in the same price range for some of the rooms per person. Yeah, so I mean it was eye-opening. It's not a cheap venture, but that just may be worth it though.
See, if I did it, like you talk about the double occupancy thing, I would just be me and my boy. He would fucking love it.
Yeah, but you'd be paying as much for him as for you.
Oh.
There's no like bring the kid for free kind of thing.
Damn.
Yeah, no, that's not how that works. That's per paying adult.
Whew.
Yeah.
I will tell you this. My friend that went, he said Jericho wasn't a dick. Like, you know how you'll have some people that'll be on like a cruise ship and they like never come out of their room?
Yeah.
He said he was literally had like a beach chair or some shit in front of like the pool or whatever and was like hanging out with everybody the whole time.
That's really cool. But there's just so many people on board, and it's just like I can't just imagine like all the people who are just trying to fight for attention.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that either.
Like that's for me where it gets to be a little too much. Like when people just become crazy fans. Like I don't want to be around that. Like I wish it was a more docile setting.
Yeah, where you have like people. Oh my God, it's you!
And it's like now I'm stuck on a boat with them.
Yep.
Like to me, that's kind of like the breaking point. Because unless I'm going with a group of people, I don't think I could go on that alone. Like if I didn't find somebody I liked, now I'm stuck on a boat with people I can't stand.
Almost like having an anxiety attack.
Yeah, like you're in the middle of the fucking ocean with people you can't stand. Yeah, it's not a good feeling. Like it's not at all.
Yeah, that's wild, man. I don't know if I would like that very much. What you're referring to.
Yeah, so. But yeah, it's if you go with people and stuff like that, then it's infinitely better then.
Right. So Triple H this week, I think it was on a conference call or something, insinuated that 205 Live is going to be no more, and that it's basically the cruiserweight division is going to go on NXT.
Yeah. I'm torn on this because I don't know how it's going to be moved to NXT. Because I know, like I said this to you off air, NXT is getting another hour. So if they could sprinkle the cruiserweights in there as well, I'm okay with that because at least then they'll be on TV every week, which is a step up from where they were. They'll be in front of a smarter crowd. Like, as if it's not a touring company and they're still just taping in Full Sail, I think that's the kind of crowd you want for cruisers.
Yeah.
So, what do you think?
I agree with you. Plus, a lot of the cruiser guys were on NXT to begin with, I believe.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. For some people, it had been called a step up to go to 205 Live. I do like the fact that Johnny Gargano sent out a tweet the other day saying that, like, you know, he was just staying with NXT and stuff like that. So I thought that was really cool. Looks like Kevin Owens maybe going to NXT. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard about that after they, quote, fired him this week.
Yeah, which I don't know how dumb I think that fucking story is. I don't know. But yeah, if that leads to him going to NXT and he's one of the big names on NXT, I'm okay with that. I'd like to see him, maybe Cesaro. You know,
I wonder how he would feel about it.
Who? Cesaro?
No, Kevin Owens.
Oh, he probably has no. I mean, like, he's getting paid the same amount anyway. He's going back to a place that fully understood him with Triple H in charge, because he's saying that Vince is going to have little to nothing to do with NXT, and this will come out of Hunter's mouth. That things are going to stay the same, being produced the way that they are, and Vince is going to have no more control over NXT than he does now.
At this rate, they're going to pull a better rating than Raw or SmackDown.
Can you imagine if that starts to happen? It would take a while to get there. I really do. Especially with the presence of of AEW, with the fact that people are allowed to stream it the next day. Because if I'm staying up late to watch AEW, or I'm staying up to 10 o'clock to watch AEW, if I know I can just watch it tomorrow when I get up on the network, there's no reason for me to even watch the DVR.
I was just going to say, it's either that or people are going to DVR it that don't have the network.
Yeah, like, which is unfortunate because both products are going to be very good. Which is, there may be people who DVR the AEW, but somehow those ratings get factored in as well, like DVR ratings.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how. It's probably the box talking to whomever, but yeah, they can find out who's watched what on DVR as well and add that to the ratings. I just think NXT is going to lose because so many people are going to have the option just to watch it on TV. I mean, on the internet, and they don't count towards ratings.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I wonder if the ratings. How do I want to say this? If AEW initially really starts creaming them, excuse me, in the ratings, I wonder if Vince would panic and try to mess with it.
I don't know. That's what I think. I don't know if Hunter would let him. I don't know how much Hunter actually has control of, but Hunter may understand why things are going the way that they are. Worst case scenario, they always have a Paul Heyman there to talk to.
Right, because that would be my big fear, you know?
I also don't know what their expectations are, like what their realistic expectations are. If they really don't consider AEW a threat, like that's what it comes down to, not what they say publicly. If Triple H legitimately thinks that this is a possible threat, he has to be aware of everything we just mentioned about DVR and watching live shows and stuff like that. He has to be aware of this. He's not stupid. I think so long as they have realistic expectations, things will be okay. But yeah, imagine fucking NXT or AEW overtakes Raw or SmackDown.
That'd be funny.
That would be ridiculous. I would not even know what to say.
And to be honest with you, what you're saying about how they feel about them privately, not publicly, what they say, everything they have done up to this point makes me feel like they feel that they are a threat.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Because I don't think they would do this if like Ring of Honor, did it, or like Impact. They would pretend they didn't even exist.
Yeah, I think they really see this as an alternative people really want. I think it scares them.
Oh, definitely. Speaking of,
I think if they're smart, it scares them. I don't think that if they turn things around, that AEW is going to be able to win any kind of a war. But if they don't, I think AEW has a good chance.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the network, dude, have you heard this? That apparently WWE is negotiating to add CMLL's content onto the network.
Well, see, I think that's yes. I've heard that they've been negotiating. CMLL doesn't surprise me, but this all goes into what their plan is for a tiered system, where for a little bit extra, you're gonna have an opportunity to have whether it be Progress or Evolve or the one that the champion just died, Lionheart, ICW,
yeah,
Scotland. They're gonna have a bunch of companies that they have working relationships with that I think a lot of people don't realize that there are working relationships with. And for a little bit extra money a month, you're gonna have access to all that wrestling content on top of the entire library of WWE shit from basically ever.
I'd probably watch more of the other shit than WWE stuff.
Yeah, imagine you get to the point you could watch Ring of Honor on fucking WWE. Like on WWE Network.
That would be wild, man.
That'd be fucking amazing. But like now you could go back and you can watch like WCCW and stuff like that. I believe it's on the network. Like the old. So it's they've already done that, but I think all this other companies that are still in existence that they'll be showing is going to be on the tiered stuff.
Yeah, I wonder how they, would work that out.
Yeah, well, they have the stuff that they own is free, and the stuff that they've had to pay rights for, you got to pay for. That seems pretty easy. Like, they don't own ICW stuff. They'd be working with ICW, but they have to give ICW something for that. So in turn, we pay for it back. When they've already owned the NWA, not NWA, AWA and all that footage, they've already purchased that. They own that. So.
They own a ton of footage. They still haven't even put up Stampede.
Yeah, see, like that's something else that could be included, like old Stampede stuff. But they'd have to have that all ready to go at once, like so that there was everything all at once for people. I mean, I could understand like adding more later, but if you're gonna add like Progress, you add everything that you have of Progress at once.
Yeah, because if my memory serves me correct, the article I read is they want to start doing that in January.
Yes. I wonder if, like, there are intergender matches in some of these promotions where women and men are treated like fucking equals. What are they going to do about that? Because they're so anti-WWE. I mean, they're so anti-intergender.
Yeah, because remember they did the one spot in the Corbin mixed tag, and that was really the most I've ever seen them really do.
Yeah, I mean, like, but that worked so well, didn't it, though?
Oh, yeah.
That got me, that got you to go, holy shit. You know, so, I mean, like, that was kind of cool in that moment. But to, like, do what Impact is doing with Tessa and, what's his fuck?
Oh, Sami Callihan?
Yeah. Like, to some extent, I think that's cool. To some extent, I think it's a little bit of a stretch. But I don't know how WWE would handle that. Would they show it in its entirety?
Yeah, because some of their stuff, they'll kind of push the boundaries, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I mean, it's like, I don't know if Progress stuff, I don't know if Evolve stuff, because I think Evolve has had a ton of intergender matches.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, what do you do in that situation then?
I know. I've never been a big fan of Evolve. I've gone to a couple shows and been disappointed.
I think that there's been a couple individual shows that are really good because it's just a stacked card. But yeah, you're right. I don't think much of Evolve as a feeder company or any of that. I see it as a. I don't put it even on the same level as PWG.
No, they're, to me, and I'm not trying to knock them, but they're like NXT light.
Yeah, I think there was a time where they were really good, but now WWE's been such a fucking vacuum that they suck on the people before they have a name.
Yep. I completely agree with you. There was the show I saw was Matt Riddle's last match for them when he wrestled might have been Austin Theory. No, I take that back. It was Shane Strickland. And the match was like so boring, I literally went outside to go talk to people.
Yeah, I'm not a big fucking ace. I mean, like, that surprises me though with Shane Strickland. That's Swerve now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because I've always thought he was good.
It almost looked like they were both.
Wait, is that Killshot?
Yeah.
Is that Kill? Oh, okay. Yeah, he's fucking great.
Yeah, to me it looked like they were being like super safe in that match.
We both have contracts. Let's not get hurt.
Basically.
Yeah, because I think Ace Austin's with Impact.
Yeah, I really like Ace. He's a good dude. I've seen him wrestle literally since he started training.
That's kind of cool.
I think he's like 22 now, 23 maybe. He's really young.
And you know him.
Yeah, like he'll know we'll talk when I see him, yeah.
That's cool, man.
But he went out to Ohio for a while and learned under the Chris brothers, OVE, like They have a like a compound where you can like stay there and like train and live there.
That's cool.
Yeah, and he got like so much better going there.
That's crazy.
I know, it's like weird. I'll put on Impact. I'm like, I know that guy. I know that guy. I know that guy.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Let's see here. Here's something funny I wanted to bring up. Did you see that a police officer tried to win R-Truth's title?
No.
There's like a video of it. Hang on, I gotta pull it up. Cause I glancingly saw it and I thought it was funny. He got pulled over by a Maryland cop, and the officer asked to take a photo with him. Then he tried to roll him up and win the title.
Okay.
Apparently, R-Truth put this on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, so it was a fucking, yeah. So they did this for fun.
Yeah, I really like R-Truth, man.
Yeah, I think he's fucking amazing, especially just the fact he doesn't ever seem to age.
Yeah, because he's old enough to be our dad.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And dude's in, like, fantastic shape for his age.
Oh, yeah, bro. Absolutely.
Because he's, like, 50 or in his
Yeah.
50s.
Yeah, he's fucking in incredible shape. He's more jacked now in his 50s than some people are.
At, like, 25.
Uh-huh.
I was going to say, shit, I wish I could look like that ever.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be fucking fantastic.
Well, this Sunday is the pay-per-view. What are you thinking about Clash of Champions?
I'm pretty sure Seth walks out with the belt. But if you want to go match by match, we could do that.
Sure, hang on. I have the Wikipedia thing right here. Good lord, there's 11 matches.
Yeah, it'd be a long pay-per-view.
Shocking.
Yeah, right.
Let's see. I'm just gonna go straight from the bottom up.
Alright.
Alright, first we have AJ Styles defending his US title against Cedric Alexander.
I think it's going to be a good match, but I think AJ retains.
I do too. It'd make no sense to take it off of him right now.
Yeah, and I don't think the story's strong enough right now to, like, why Cedric is going to win the title.
Yes.
Like, I think they just started the storyline with him, like, because I didn't even know this was a match until, like, after Raw. Like, when the fuck did they even start a feud? So, yeah. AJ for that one. How about you? AJ?
Yeah, I agree with everything you're saying, AJ. All right, next we have Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross defending the women's tag team titles against Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville.
This is weird. Like, at SummerSlam, Alexa and Nikki were presented as babyfaces. Because Corey Graves was ragging all over Alexa and her Buzz Lightyear outfit. The next night, they were heel. Now they're in a storyline where Mandy Rose is calling Nikki Cross ugly, which would imply that they're the babyfaces now. And, like, Mandy Rose and Sonya are definitely the heels in this. So, yeah, just want to point that out, that they're turning into, like, the Big Show. Because, like, nobody tells us, and all of a sudden they're just a different alignment one day or another. Because it's like, if you think about it, they just keep switching, and they seem to be in a babyface role now.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
It absolutely is. So, what do you think?
I think they're just going to keep the titles on Alexa and Nikki because, frankly, they don't know what the hell to do with them.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, this is another one I didn't even know that this was on the card. Like, it seems like it was just thrown together.
Yeah, this I think I saw on SmackDown this week. I think fucking Mandy fought Nikki, and she's like, "You're ugly. You'll never look like me." I'm like, "Oh, really? Is this what we're doing?"
That sounds like something you'd say in, like, 5th grade.
It's just like, why do all the women's fuck matches have to be around who's pretty, who's ugly, petty? Shit, why can't it just be like, I want to beat the fuck out of you?
Yeah, exactly. Alright, next we have Roman Reigns against Eric Rowan in a no DQ match.
What do you think about this one? And then I'll tell you what I think after.
I actually think Rowan's going to win.
Any particular way?
Probably dirty.
Well,
what I mean is like somebody maybe Brian helps him win.
See, you're very close to the exact thing that I'm thinking. I'm thinking because it's a no DQ match, that's what's going to factor into the outcome. I think Daniel Bryan's going to come out and be the mastermind of this the entire time.
Yeah, that would make sense.
If not Daniel Bryan, and this is just me being a fan and stretching, and I don't think it's ever going to happen because fuck Vince McMahon, but Harper.
No, but I could see it where it ends up like that.
I would love it to be Harper. Like, that's what I would love to happen more than anything else, for it to be Luke Harper. I don't think it's going to happen, but that's what I'd like to happen. I think Rowan's winning one way or another.
I agree with you. And I would love for it to be Harper too, but everything I've read is that quote unquote Vince sees nothing in him.
Yeah, supposedly hated the match he had with Dijakovic at Worlds Collide over, I think it was Mania weekend.
Yeah, that's really.
It was a great. Yeah, apparently he hates everything Luke Harper does. And that one specifically, he hated that match, and there's no reason for him to hate that match. Like, went out of his way to watch it just to hate it. I've heard that within the last 2 or 3 weeks when they were talking about Luke Harper.
I just feel bad for him because, in my opinion, he's probably the best big man they have.
Yeah, he's definitely up there. He gets the psychology, and it's like, fucking let him go.
Yeah, let him do his thing, man. Because I remember a while back when he was on Raw, they used to say he was the guy that could have a good match with anybody.
I have no idea why they're not fucking using him.
Probably Vince is just being petty, you know what I mean?
I mean, the guy looks a certain way. He can fit that role. You want a guy who's could be a monster heel. No, I don't get it. The guy has everything you fucking want in a character.
I'll tell you this, man. If he doesn't use him, somebody, either AEW or whoever else, is going to snatch him up and make him a fucking star.
Go to fucking Japan.
That too.
Bro, he'd make a fortune in Japan. If they're still paying what they used to bring a fucking crazy, a crazy American in.
Oh yeah. Because, frankly, he kind of does look like Brody.
Oh, bro, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You have just a fucking crazy lunatic American with a beard like that. Because that's like commitment. Like, you don't just have a beard. Like, you can't just poof, I have a beard for this role. Like, you grew that beard. Like, there's something crazy about this guy. Like, you chose to look like this for a long time.
I always feel bad for him because they added 6 months to his deal.
I think that's the pettiest fucking shit that there is, bro.
Because his deal isn't up now until right around WrestleMania.
At least he's under a year now.
Yeah, because it originally was supposed to be October, I believe.
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, that's just being petty. But anyway, we're getting way off track. I'm taking Rowan.
Yeah, me too.
All right, next we have Becky Lynch defending the Raw Women's title against Sasha Banks.
I think this is where Becky loses the title.
So do I.
I think there's enough going on with Sasha. This is going to relate to Bayley, but I think there's money with Sasha and Bayley being like champions. They went from being tag champions to now each being, champion of their division.
I was going to say that, and I don't know if you watched football last week, but they've been promoting SmackDown on Fox during the NFL games, and Becky is one of the people they're promoting on those coming soon for SmackDown on Fox.
Oh, and she's the Raw champion.
Yep.
Yeah, so she drops the title and then gets drafted because apparently there's going to be a 2-day draft. Apparently Vince had no idea how updated the fucking NFL draft had been. Did you hear this?
No.
That I guess somebody showed him what the NFL draft looks like nowadays, like with everything they have, like all the technology that they use now, and like how different it is than what we've had traditionally with our, I don't want to say our, but with the WWE drafts. And apparently he was blown away by how much better theirs is than WWE's.
Shocking, Vince McMahon not paying attention to the outside world. Bro,
he's about to run a fucking football league. What the fuck does he mean? He's never, like, he doesn't know what the draft is like.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like, but like apparently he wants to now do like a more, like a bigger draft, like a draft with more feeling to it, which I think they really need to do. I think they need to do a 3-way draft with Stephanie, Shane, and Hunter drafting.
I like it.
Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Now, whether they have any role on television or not, let it be like Jack Tunney. Let them only show up occasionally. But the idea that they're the owners of those brands, and let them just fucking draft. Everybody's available.
And don't overload one show, than the other like they always do.
I think a lot of NXT needs to stay together.
Yeah, I just mean usually they overload Raw with stars and leave SmackDown with like hardly anything.
No, I agree, but I don't want it to be like where Velveteen Dream ends up on SmackDown and fucking Ciampa ends up on Raw and the Forgotten Sons end up on SmackDown and the tag team Forgotten on SmackDown. I want a lot of like NXT to stay together.
Yeah, like what they did with the Authors of Pain.
Yeah, bro, that's awful.
Like, that's the one that always sticks out to me. I'm just like, wow.
And I think wrestling needs to start getting fans more into the idea of not every match on TV has to have a story behind it.
Yeah.
Like, I like what AEW is doing on Facebook. Who should so-and-so face next? He's 2-1. Who should he face next? So each match feels like it's just important to win the match.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the only reason why you're fucking winning, because winning matters.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only reason why you're fighting, is because this week, this is your opponent. Because he's won this many fights and you've won that many fights. I don't think they're going to try to manage everybody's record, this, that, and the other thing. If they can plan out a couple shows ahead, then they can know, well, he can lose this match and win this match. And if they're not using everybody every week, it becomes a lot easier when you only have to plan for somebody's matches twice a month or maybe once a month. And then maybe a pay-per-view here. So maybe you're planning out each person 12 times a year.
Yeah.
Or maybe 20 times a year maximum if you have guys on, every other show.
Makes sense.
It becomes a lot easier to go, okay, well, like, they don't have to micromanage things as much.
No, I agree with you.
Like, you don't want somebody to lose for a couple months? Okay, don't have them on the show. Or have them do, like, a talking segment.
Yeah, you don't always have to have someone wrestle.
Yeah, exactly. Or even appear on the show. Like, let people... Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yep.
I mean, look at the fucking reaction Sasha got when she got back.
Hell yeah.
So, what's next?
Next, we have Shinsuke Nakamura defending the IC title against The Miz.
I go two ways with this, so let me hear your rationale.
I think they're going to keep it on Nakamura.
I see that too. Like, I think that they're gonna keep it on him because the story is just kind of stupid, and they just paired him up with Sammy. But Miz isn't that far off from the most reigns as IC champion, and Jericho has that record.
Oh, okay.
I think he's 1 or 2 more away, and Vince is petty, so only for that reason. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm agreeing with you. Absolutely, he is.
So that's the only way I wouldn't be surprised if Miz won, but storyline wise, I think it just makes sense to keep it on Nakamura since they just paired him up with Zayn.
It makes sense.
I'm going with Nakamura. But I was wondering.
See, bear with me.
For what?
I was trying to see if it said how many Jericho has the most reigns with 9.
Okay, and I think Miz is right behind him then with 8.
Okay.
He's either at 7 or 8, but it's very close.
Well, I do see him taking it at some point, just I don't think now.
One of my buddies was like, okay, well, how about he beats Nakamura? Nakamura wins it back, and then Miz ends up winning it down the line. I was like, that's probably what WWE is going to do.
Yeah, that sounds like something they do.
On the first SmackDown or second SmackDown on fucking Fox, have either Miz win the title or drop the title.
Yeah. All right, next we have the New Day defending the SmackDown tag belts against the Revival.
I don't know, because this can go either way. I'm gonna go with the Revival.
Interesting. I'm gonna go with the New Day because I think the Revival are kind of on their way out. Because their contract's coming up sometime next year, right?
I have no idea, and if it's next year, they're in a prominent spot now. Why wouldn't they be doing exactly what they're doing with Harper? They just, I think they're in a better position than the OC, and the OC just had the titles.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like they just really love, riding the New Day, so to speak.
I think the whole New Day thing right now is fucking... I love the New Day, but I think it's just sour right now.
Yeah, they're daring to be sour.
I don't think that this, with both of them having the titles, has had any effects. I forgot New Day was champions.
Yeah.
I had no idea who the SmackDown tag team champions are, and there's 3 tag teams.
I was just getting ready to say that's why they need to switch it up with the draft, because it's literally the Usos, the New Day, and the Revival.
Yeah, basically, yeah. For both sets of belts.
Yes. All right, let's keep it rolling here. We have Drew Gulak defending the Cruiserweight title in a triple threat against Humberto Carrillo and Lince Dorado.
I don't think that Gulak loses the title here because they're doing... I don't know if the turn actually happened yet, but they've been doing, and it's been for a while, it's been over a month, a storyline between Humberto Carrillo and Lince. So it'd be interesting if this is where Humberto turns heel.
Huh.
Because that's where this is going. This is absolutely where this is going. It's just a matter of, I don't know if it's happened yet. On 205 Live. Because that's been a thing that's been happening. It's been an okay story. I haven't seen the last 2 weeks, so.
Yeah, I think Gulak wins. A side note, I think it's really cool to see Lince Dorado in this match because he used to wrestle locally in the town next over from me.
Cool.
When I was younger, because I had a guy that I know refs independently. He's like, "Do you know who he is?" And I was like, "No." And Lindsay Dorado, and he told me his independent name, and I was like, "Holy shit, I remember him."
He wrestled under a mask?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if WWE was just like, here, we're going to put you under a mask.
And no, he used to wrestle with a mask.
The thing is, he's not even Mexican. He's Puerto Rican.
Yeah. The reason I always laughed was I don't know if they announce it anymore because I don't catch 205 Live that regularly.
Jersey City?
No, they had him. The one night is from Camden.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what? Maybe that's where he's really from, but it just surprised me.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's definitely from Jersey. He may be from Camden, Jersey.
I was just shocked. Like, you know, where you're like, whoa. But anyway, let's keep it going here. We have Bayley defending the SmackDown Women's title against Charlotte.
Bayley. And it's a weird one. Like, when the fuck did Charlotte turn babyface?
I know. It's so weird.
And it's like, she's not a babyface. Like, what are you doing? It's like making Randy Orton a good guy. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Like, she's a tweener.
No, she's a fucking heel.
No, I mean, that's what they're all, like, trying to make her out to be, almost.
I don't even know what they're doing right now. It's just like, all of a sudden, like, because Bayley just turned fucking heel, not totally heel, but heel. Like, I don't know. And now Charlotte, who's been a fucking heel, is just not a heel anymore. Like,
yeah, and like her and Becky had like this, you know, blood feud, and now they're like a tag team.
But they used to be besties. Remember they used to do the fucking invisible T thing?
It's fucking weird. But I agree with you. Bayley's gonna win.
Yeah, I firmly believe Bayley's gonna win that.
All right. Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman defending the Raw Tag Team titles against Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler.
Against Rudolph? That's the fucking... That's the name people have given him. Rudolph.
That's funny.
But, what's your take on this?
I think Ziggler and Roode are going to win.
See, I see it happening a little differently. Because I think there's more drama if they retain. And now in the main event, it's the actual tag team champions fighting each other for the world title. I mean, for the universal title.
Huh.
Just because it's an opportunity to do something that's never before been done.
That's fair.
Have the current tag team champions fight over the top tier belt in the company. Only for that reason. But yeah, I'm going to go with them retaining. Just because I think WWE could want to milk that.
Now you make a very compelling case.
I'm sure WWE's aware. I'm very aware of the fact that they could just overlook it and put it on Roode and Ziggler. But I think part of me feels that that's why they gave it to Roode and Ziggler. Because Roode and Ziggler don't, like, if they lose, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But I also know that Paul Heyman is very big on Robert Roode, believe it or not. So I don't know, but that's what I'd like to see. That's what I think makes more sense. It may be what Heyman's thinking, because I think Heyman has a big control over that.
Yeah.
If he's the one really writing Raw, then, you know, I mean, I trust Heyman. I think there's more drama in that first time, you know, and then whatever happens, they're still tag team champions. Like, they still have the belt afterward, even if they lose it the next night.
Yeah. All right, next we have Kofi Kingston defending the WWE title against Randy Orton.
I think Randy's the last one he gets past before he drops the title to whomever he feuds with next.
I kind of feel that way too. Like, if I had to guess, I'm going to say Brock is going to show up on the first SmackDown and beat him for it.
Oh, yeah. That's possible. See, that's going to be weird, though. Is Brock going to be, like, Heyman's going to be writing Raw, which means he's going to have to be at Raw, and then he's going to have to be at SmackDown every week.
Yeah, because remember,
Or whenever Brock is there.
yeah, well, and remember in the Raw storyline, they said Brock wouldn't get his rematch.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Kofi's going to beat him.
Yeah, but I think this is the last one for Kofi. Because I think the Kofi thing ran out. It's been an okay run. I also wonder if they just want to do this to get him past. I think after this month he will pass Jinder for the longest reigning current SmackDown champion. Because I think Jinder still has that.
Wow.
Jinder's reign was longer than any single reign by the Undertaker.
That's crazy.
Uh-huh. I believe more than any of The Rock, more than any of Mankind. Or definitely more than Mankind, because I don't think Mankind's longest was even a month.
Yeah, I was gonna say he had it very briefly.
I think his 4 reigns, it was held for 37 days or something like that.
Jesus
total.
Christ.
Yeah. But Rock didn't have long, super long title reigns. Fucking Jinder held that from right after Mania.
Yeah.
To literally the SmackDown before Survivor Series.
Yeah, so 7 months.
Yeah, so I think them, Vince may want to have Kofi in that picture instead of Jinder.
That's cool.
Jinder's hurt, by the way. That's where Jinder is. I think Jinder had some kind of small surgery.
Damn. All right, and last but certainly not least, Seth Rollins defending the Universal title against Braun Strowman.
See, this would be much harder for me to say if I hadn't seen a commercial with Seth Rollins holding both titles saying, "The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, I'm coming for you." Like the most fucking white meat, vanilla, baby face promo he could possibly say. It was for a live event. Talking about Bray Wyatt, I'm coming for you. Called it the Fiend Bray Wyatt, and he's holding both titles. And it looked like it was shot backstage at Raw or a live event or something. And he's just yeah. But it's just so generic. But the gist of it was the Fiend Bray Wyatt. You think you're gonna scare me? Well. I got different news for you, pal. Something along the lines like that. Just as fucking generic babyface as you can imagine.
He turned into John Cena on us.
Bro, yeah, it turned into vanilla John Cena. If John Cena was even more vanilla than he was. Because I was this is just so fucking generic. It's like buying a John Cena doll in a fucking Dollar Tree.
Because my original thought for this match, before you said that, and hear me out, was would be the Fiend interfering in this match and setting up a triple threat at Hell in the Cell.
I think that just complicated already. There's so many other ways that they could have done the Fiend getting into the world title picture that would have just taken patience. They could have waited all the way to Mania for that.
Oh, I agree.
Establish him as more of a character. Beginning, it should be once in a blue moon you see him.
Because he hasn't, other than the vignettes, he hasn't been on television in weeks.
It's been 2 weeks because he did go after Lawler.
Yeah.
And that was after SummerSlam.
It was right after SummerSlam.
2 weeks because...
Oh, no, you're right. I take that back.
Yeah, because of the fucking thing with Lawler. Lawler was interviewing Sasha because of her beating up Becky. And Natty.
That's
go
ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, that's the one highlight of Raw is to catch the Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah, I also don't want them to overdo it with that. It's okay not to have one for a week.
No, I agree with you.
Because eventually they're going to get into the point where I don't want them to be talking, nonsense again. Like he was as the other Bray Wyatt. Even though he's the one writing this, eventually you could only say so much in between appearances.
What did you say earlier when we were talking about stuff. Less is more, and when you're not around, it makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it should be like, who knows when he's gonna pop up. It didn't have to be Seth next. It could have been a bad guy. Didn't even have to be a good guy. It could have just been like, just to show that he doesn't give a fuck. He'll come and he'll just attack. And then disappear. You don't see him again, or have him come and save somebody and disappear again.
Yeah, where he's completely unpredictable.
Yeah, until he's like a presence that just looms over the whole roster. That's when you have him go for the title. When he's something that literally the whole roster is looking out for.
Yeah.
Have him show up, do horrifying things.
And see, the problem now is they've basically backed themselves into a corner.
What the fuck are they doing? Yes, I agree with that fully.
Where Bray Wyatt has to win.
Yeah, and it's like, then what do you do with it from there?
Exactly, because your champion is supposed to be semi-regular on your show.
Yes.
That, and you're going to have, your champion cut promos at some point in front of a live crowd and not really just a taped segment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would like to see him once in a blue moon come out as Bray. And be in the ring as Bray. Like, as the not Fiend. Like, I think that's a way that they could elongate his time in between. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If he does come out, he just shows up as himself. Do the whole spooky light thing and everything, but have him just show up as him. Maybe that's how they do the heel. He comes out and he's nice when he's like that.
Yeah.
And then like that's a way you could get into a storyline with somebody. Somebody's getting fucking attacked. The lights go off. He's in the ring, but not as the Fiend. He saves the person, and now the Fiend is mad that person was saved, and now there's your storyline. The Fiend shows up and attacks the person the next week.
Yeah, because the one thing I noticed this week on the Funhouse, he only had the Hurt glove on.
Yeah. People had also said that they thought that the 11:19 that the clock changed to, like, the segment, right? When the doll was like, ever since Austin came through here, it's been stuck at 3:16, the time.
Yeah.
And then he hit it with something and it changed to, like, I think it was 11:17. Apparently, that was the date The Undertaker debuted, so everybody was convinced he was going to attack The Undertaker the next day.
Surprise, you were wrong.
Well, I mean, that would make fucking sense. But that would absolutely make sense, though. Undertaker's happened to be promoted for the next day. And you got the fucking actual date that he debuted as the time that the clock changed to. Like, to me, that's not a coincidence. But it could also be a sign that maybe he attacks Undertaker at Survivor Series.
Yeah, what I was going to say...
Survivor Series.
Yeah, what I was going to say is that's very possible, because Undertaker, from what I read, is a big fan of that character.
I think he's actually contacted Undertaker for advice on a lot of that.
Interesting.
Because who do you contact about spooky fucking wrestling gimmicks that aren't necessarily over the top and corny? Like,
the king of spooky.
Yeah, the king of spooky but not corny.
It makes sense.
Especially since people don't realize this. Like, Undertaker knows his father. Like, wrestled his dad. He's probably known Bray since he's a little kid.
Yeah.
Same with Bo Dallas. People forget, like, they grew up in this fucking business.
That's true.
So, I mean, I would absolutely see Undertaker wanting to work with him. And it would be an easy fucking match. Let it be a fucking squash. No, let it be an absolute squash, but I wouldn't want to see Undertaker for a long time after that. Let that be what puts The Undertaker out. The man who retired The Undertaker. Or the Fiend who retired The Undertaker.
Oh, that would be amazing.
That's why I wish he never did the broken neck thing. I wish he would have waited for that. If you're ever going to do it, you do it to The Undertaker and pin him immediately after that.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, what the thing he did to fucking
Finn Balor.
It's like, yo, I mean, that was the thing that we were talking about that I said I had a big problem with, because if your son and one of his friends were fucking practicing wrestling and did that, like, he'd fucking die. Like, there's no, like, oops. It doesn't take that much to crack a neck.
I was going to say, you could legitimately really hurt somebody.
Yeah, like, that's death. Like, that's how you kill somebody. Like, you break the neck at that point. Like, you're severing the spine up there. Like, you're dead.
Yep.
And where I was just like, oh, that's fucking cool, I was also like, oh, that's not very cool. If I had kids, I'd be very upset right now.
I haven't seen somebody really use that since, like, Andre.
Well, Andre didn't even do it as a fucking neck break. Andre just did it as, like, a neck crank where he turned the guy's head sideways.
Yeah.
Like, this was a fucking Hollywood neck break. I've never seen a wrestler use this before. This is, you fucking just turn the head sideways. I'd be like, just like you looking right or left and just keep forcing it. Like, the crack. No way. I've never seen nobody use that. That's murder. Like, there's no other wrestling hold that I can think of that would equate to that. This is like literally breaking somebody's neck.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's. I think that would have been cool to use in the right situation. I think in your debut, your lamp was horrifying enough.
Oh, I love that lamp.
Oh, so do I. I thought it was fucking perfect, but that's horrifying enough. You don't need to go and fucking break somebody's neck.
Like, it was so horrifying, WWE had to edit it off of YouTube.
Yeah, I don't even know why. I mean, it didn't really look like it looked like a human head to an extent. I mean, it's not like there was an actual severed, dismembered human body there.
No, yeah, but either way, it looked cool as shit.
I thought so, yeah.
Real quick, I want to touch on something before we get out of here. How awesome has Sami Zayn turned into as a heel?
I'm just over him, though. I don't like the whole whiny gimmick. I don't. I think him screaming while Shinsuke was having the match against that jobber was awful.
Oh, that was. I thought it was cool to see him, like, have a moment with The Undertaker.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it was cool to see, El Generico in the ring with The Undertaker just for that fact, but they've made me just not give a flying fuck about, say, Sami Zayn at all.
Because he never wins.
But it's been fucking forever since he's won anything.
Dude, he hasn't won a single match since he came back.
That seems about right, yeah. And that was the night after WrestleMania.
I wonder how he feels about that. Like, he's probably got to be like, Jesus Christ, I want to get out of here.
Maybe not. He's still featured prominently.
Yeah.
The company doesn't, like, wins and losses don't matter there. I mean, granted, he's like, he was just in the ring with The Undertaker.
Excuse me.
I mean, they got to think something of him. He was in there talking down to The Undertaker, telling Undertaker to get out of the ring. I mean, they're not going to let just anybody do that.
That's true.
I mean, it's like, if that's the role you're being paid to play, I mean, or they could be doing. I mean, like, yeah, he may not have a problem with it. If he's being paid well to do what he's doing, and he's okay with it, he's getting financial. If he doesn't hate himself for it, then who gives a fuck? Let him be great at this. Instead of not being on TV at all.
Yeah, let him be to the point of you hate seeing him on your TV screen.
Yeah, which is what I think Baron Corbin is. Why I think Baron Corbin's one of the best fucking heels in wrestling. Yes. I don't believe it. I don't believe in that. It's like, yes, that's go home. That may be. Doesn't matter. You still hate him. You still want to see him lose. Like, he's one of the few people you want to see lose. You don't want to see anything good happen to him. Before people knew wrestling was fake. That's how you felt.
So he's doing something right.
Yeah, now people are like, oh, he doesn't deserve it. Well, who the fuck are you to say he doesn't deserve it? You're just a fucking fan. Continue to hate. He's doing his job.
Exactly.
He may not be a good wrestler, but he's a great fucking bad guy.
Yes. All right, dude, what are you up to this weekend?
I'm not quite sure. Today's might as well be over already. I'm an old man, so. And then tomorrow, probably just chill out in the house, don't wait to wrestling. So.
Yeah, I'm relaxing today because I feel like an old man. My knees are killing me.
Oh, what's your prediction for King of the Ring? Is it going to be Corbin or is it going to be Gable?
I'm going to go with Gable.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Gable too. I think with it being Corbin, I think this is just a setup. Just for fans to really, like, it be an orgasmic relief when it's not Corbin.
I agree with you.
I believe the smart fans are like, oh my god, look what they're doing again with Corbin. Which it could be what they're doing. But apparently Vince has had people in his ear advising against this massive push for Corbin. So I don't know if he's listening. This could just be a smart idea to get us all thinking they're just going to give it to Corbin. And then that's the best way that Chad Gable gets a push out of this, because nobody expects it.
Yeah, because Vince thinks that women watch for Corbin.
I have no idea where he even would come up with that.
Because he's an attractive-looking man.
I don't know, Vince. I think you need to address a couple of things. It's cool. Bro, it's 2019. I'm all for that, but I think Vince McMahon needs to reevaluate.
Oh, God, yeah.
That being said, have a good weekend.
You too, my friend. With that being said, to everyone listening, we're going to get out of here for today. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. And we'll see you back next week. Have a good day, everybody.
All right, peace.